Wow, talking about coming up close and personal. Still during the day, I'm getting the reflection off the video camera, and it looks like I got 4 eyes or 6 eyes. Well, what's the difference? If you're looking from behind, someone's looking from the front, they'll see the two from the front, the other ones will see the two from behind. They won't see anything more than a reflection when you're behind me. See my floor in there with all that spade and the little red inside the spade? Let me show you a little picture. Just a little picture, because I draw a lot of pictures. And I throw out a lot of pictures, and I draw them again. And it just bugs me that I'm the only one who sees it right away. I am the only one who gets to capture this moment. I need to expand. I need others. I need to know that somebody else is remembering. That's why I put up all these videos. I need to know that there's a chance somebody else can see something and say, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, or, hey man, you're nuts. Anybody want to tell me I'm nuts, that's fine. But show me and explain to me how I am nuts. Because I do a lot of mathematical stuff, and I don't always have a Webster dictionary explanation for the totality of anything I do, if what you think I do is anything at all. Because it's all up to you. You can say, hey, you can do it or you can't do it. But when you say you can't do it, what can't I do? What do you see that I can't do or haven't achieved? It's a long time, my friends. This is 8.5 years already. It'll be 9 years in May. And you know EIEIO, Farmer in the Dell, Ronald McDonald, me and my son, comes to an ending, the book, in October of 2014. But there are add-ons just like in soccer, and there's more seasons to play, so there really never is an end. As long as I can put my face up on YT, and thank you all for participating just by opening up my face, and now you have the knowledge of Mr. Tackpans. Not the knowledge that I have, just the name is good enough. Because of course you're going to say this nut, this good guy, this. Otherwise you wouldn't have watched. You're not watching right now. Until you forget, I'm going to be on your mind. This is a club. Yeah, it's the clubhouse. You got first, second, and third. They're playing in the field, and right field, and left field. Watch out you don't throw a foul ball. That's below your feet. He runs to first, over to second, into third, slides on home, and he scores how many points? Well, first of all, he had to show up, and he had to put on his uniform. He had to get into the team spirit. He had to get up into the batter's box, up to the plate, and ready to swing by understanding who this pitcher is, and he must know his pitch as well. He must be a pretty good batter to want to hit that ball so damn hard. Everybody's always mad at the ball. All the games, balls and pucks. There's something more to balls and pucks than anything else. I just like to bring the magic out. To say, yes, there is a difference to something or this. There's a difference to everything. There's a thought before you go up. You want to think of, okay, I need a positive thought, because if you're all nervous, you won't sure which thought will be the right thought to take. But you know the right thought to take is just relax. If it's baseball, you want to watch the pitch, and you want to be fast. Or you ain't a professional. But what the hell? So you're not. But now, like you never hear my father saying, hey kid, you could have been a professional baseball player and made millions. He doesn't say that to me. He's not that far off. He says to me, you could have been a doctor because you knew all these numbers. I go, yeah. If I make a mistake with one number, I chop his nuts off. Is that kind of doctor? Is that what you want, a bipolar doctor? And when he's not feeling well, isn't that what they say to bipolars? They can't control themselves. No? I'll get on my snipper and I'll cut 4 inches off. I'll sew it to a white guy. Imagine a white guy comes in, to all you girls, like white guy comes in, takes his pants off, you look, and it's like an Oreo cookie, half black, half white. Because she's been sleeping with the black guy, chopping pieces off and sewing it back onto the white guy. Now he's got a flag. Flag her down, but put it back in your pants. Okay, let's see where else we are. So this is the club. This is the cycle, the turn, like the windmill. This, I'll tell you in a second, this is 2 hearts. Here's 1 heart. I can put 2 eyes in it. Let me put 2 eyes in it. It's going to be a fun video. I hope it uploads, because I always like to have fun, because this is the way it is. What do you want it to look like? 2 penguins? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's 2 kids and I don't know. They're not doing too much. I don't know how to draw. You know, it all depends. That could be the nose. That could be the mouth. Could be the eyes. The more you throw. We can talk about planets and moons. We can talk about the club, spade, and diamond. That's right. I created 2 hearts that created the diamond in between. The only thing we don't see is the stand or the color, the red and the black in most cards that we play. Sometimes they put green because green means life. But you'll notice there's green that shouldn't be in certain places. And when I was younger, most of the Americans liked to wear that green suit. 1960 something, someone from Boston coming in wearing a green suit. Oh my God, green and orange. Do you want to hear something funny? In the 60s, early 70s, that's the color we're down to right now. They took the penny off the market. We're into this copper tone, lime green. Don't you know? Let me jump all over the place. When you play pool and you get the one spirit, you have the nine births. So I guess the one spirit has got to be something to do with sperm. That's why when you go to the bathroom, you pee one, which is yellow, or two, which is the other side. Or you do both and you got the red because it's the blood that got cleansed. Isn't that what happened? They save the red, they throw the brown out. Anyways, not everything makes sense that I say. What we're going to do, okay, is talk about 10, 60 seconds, okay? Now watch this. You see this? From this corner to this corner, the calculation is 15. 1, 5, and 9. From this corner to this corner, the calculation is 15. 3, 5, and 7. 3 times 50 is 150, and 7 is 171. It ends up saying the wolf that communicates. 7 and 8 means the gateway into the open worlds of 8 and 6. But I'm not going to go on to say 48 and 14 equals 62, the queen. But we're just going to leave it at 1, 2, and 3 times. Here we go. You remember? From here to here is once. From here to here down here, straight down, is twice. From here down over here is 3 times. From here over here is 4 times. 4 times, and each one of these are valued at 15. 4, 5, and 6 equals 15. 2, 5, and 8 equals 15. 1, 5, and 9 equals 15. And 3, 5, and 7 equals 15. Total is 60. Well, there's 60 seconds on a clock. The total in gematria of counting from 1 up to 36, being in the center of the letter of B, K, T, the center is E-N. That's right, E-N-W. Bring me the new baby inside. E5, N14, 23W, backdoor W, flip it over, it looks like an M, but it's not an MJ because it ain't Michael Jordan 1013. It's number 32. It's just a backdoor number to the second side of the gematria tree. 32 and 23. And 14 and 5 equals 74. 74 times that clock we were just talking about, 24 hours, equals to 1776. Do you see what this is? In this position over here, or this position over here, is the letter C3. This one is 1, 5, and 9. This, I, and the A come together as 1 and 9, saying CIA. I have, can you read what it says? That's right. They've jailed us. They've blocked our vibration. You know, I'm going to show you exactly one of the ways it goes, especially when you get to be 4 years old and you get your first tooth falls out, is 19 by 19 is the communication with the rotation of the moon 361. 1 year, 360 degrees, or 1 day. Could mean plus the one spirit. The one spirit of 9. 9 times 40 is 360 plus the 1 is 361. That would be 9 times going around the monopoly plus the 1 go you started with, which gives you the 361. Which would mean everyone would have 40. One would be a singletarian, but we'd add it. It'd be 41. And you know it takes 41 before the first time you're allowed to get to the Mediterranean or the medication, whichever one they want to use for the first property. It's a purple-like property because it has to do with a little bit of, is it red and blue? Red and blue comes from 3 and the 11. And the blue 2 and 10. You got a Bluetooth? It's from the pool game. These colors come upon us. They strike. We hit them with a cue. But we only play the game of pool. And we don't see any deeper. How deep do you want to swim? Well, I don't swim. When I swim, just give me a pen and a paper and let's go. Because this is fun. This is fun like shit. And you know what? When I smoke a little weed, right, or get a little buzzed, I don't drink, by the way. I don't do heroin, coke. I don't do anything. I'm clean, right? And I wouldn't really want to do them because, hey, man, I'm as high as I want to go, okay? There ain't no kite that can continuously fly as high as I can go for the last 8.5 years. As down and out and depressed as I've been, and as high as I've been, and still able to continue on to these ridiculous videos that seem to always make sense to me. Thanks for joining. Feels good when there's a couple out there. Well, not just a couple, I mean like whoever is there. No one's there right now because I haven't uploaded. I didn't trick them, did I? Hold on a second. They want me to do this. For those of you who have never seen what my ceiling looks like, this is the ceiling of my house. Or my apartment. I don't have a house. And whoa, oh, how come my camera disappeared? And this is what the back wall looks like. See the back wall? See the ceiling in the back wall? Ceiling. See the dog? Everybody thinks it's a wolf. See that mouse in the background? And see the duck, the way the box right over here looks like a duck, but all it is a cut off piece. And I see a duck, and I see a black little eye sticking out right there. Just because I pointed it out, it looks like a duck. So then you got that wall and the floor. Let's see. It has something to do with the floor. It's pretty hard to mark it down. Then you got a little bit behind me, the doors, the eagles on the walls, through the doors onto the other side, and then into that room. So now we're going to continue on. What is it, 11 minutes? I think I can do this for another 2 minutes, eh? Now, so I showed you this number 19. Now, this is the man on the moon, okay? You hear that new song, that fantastic song, Lightning Bolt? Let me tell you one thing. You look at the color of that lightning, and I call Jesus Holy Mac, the honor of the lightning energy. I don't know how it works, but somehow they created Jesus, and there was already a Jesus that lived before that. And he was this lightning bolt of energy. So what does it actually mean to be a lightning bolt of energy? And now they're singing the songs. I mean, listen, when I say 19, I got 19 off the internet. Some guy was talking about all the 19 sequences with the moon. So I just picked it up and studied it. Okay? And this is what happens. Light 10, but man 9. Lightning. Peyton Manning. And Gold Bond medicated. The new commercial he's running. Peyton Man 9. Peyton Manning was number 93. 13, 13, 13. Highway 13. Peyton Man 9. That energy comes out of Hoover Dam. 31st president, and then 13 presidents later, totaling to 44, Barack Obama and Herbert Hoover. So, how in coincidence did they match if number 34 was President J.F. Kennedy and President 43 is Barack Obama? That's 77. The gates have come from closing to opening in a cycle. Of course, we passed through 12 years. From the last, don't forget, after the year 2000, it was overtime. You got to run 4 cycles. 3 of the cycles, you have to run 3 cycles of 4 years. But we only count them as 3, 3, and 3. We don't count the extra year because it's that put together year. I don't know exactly why we don't, but we don't. And I can say we do, and then I can get away with whatever I want. But right now it's we don't. So what happens is year 2000, we have the leap year. 2001, boom, bang, September 11th. 2002, 2003, 2004, a leap year. And all of a sudden, boom, bang, 2012 is a leap year. When do we catch up to that? From 2001, if 2012 is a leap year, and it was the 3rd leap year after 2000, or the 4th since 2000, we wind up now. 911 in 2 days, the 254th day. We have come to a complete cycle in time. Time of I call it the time of 16 years, right? But it's the time of 12 and 1 years and 12 and 1 years, meaning that I'm connecting this year with next year with this year, even though it's only 12 whole years. If you don't say it the way it's being done, because you're actually saying it, if you needed a pen to write it all out, you would see it on paper, although after it's done, you throw out this paper, it was still written. Follow me? Okay. So now we did this 361, we did the Monopoly. 90, 90, 90, and 90. Let me show you something. The Korean flag, okay? The Korean flag. Their colors, the blue, what I told you from Pool, and the red from Pool makes that purple, which is the four angles, which is the quatre, which is the cat, which is the circle of life because of the purple and the cat and the sound in French. And the 12. 2 and 1 is 3, 4 is Mars, 2 and 1 is AB, Mercury, and Venus. There are no moons because we play all the moons from Earth. And Earth has one moon, and the number of its moon is 57, and that's the cycle we are in. All 57s equal 47s, they equal 12s, and at the same time, they equal to 35, which is 8 and 35, or 53, 35, and I can go on and gibber and play with your mind. There's so many, but I don't explain something. At least one thing. You're believing after 20 minutes saying, I got to watch a soap opera tomorrow. What other crap is he going to come up with? So let me see what else I've got in here. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Mediterranean, but the Mediterranean and the Baltic, they're together on Monopoly. One of them is 3. You see, the Mediterranean you can't get because it's the first one. You got 2 dice. And don't forget, how fast can you go around the board and come back to the beginning? When you throw your 3rd doubles in a row, you go to jail. So you got to pay attention to the rules. Circle, triangle, and square. STC, creation of the spirit triangle. First best, last cast the rest. The castaways. CAST, castaways. Let me. Oh yeah, you know what's funny? The word I equals to 35. Because really and truthfully, you see with 2 eyes. How do you see me? Can you see me with both eyes? Oh, you know what? I can. So if one of your 2 eyes don't work, the 3rd eye ain't even going to work properly. You follow me? There's so many things. Did I ever show you this little design I came up with? See the X and the B's? These B's are very special. I mean, look, M, E, and W, Miss Mu, is all the same letter. Do you know what I didn't do? I wanted to do. Am I jumping around all the place? I think I am, eh? I think I am. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'd be even more excited if I didn't lose my place 10 times in the last 15 minutes. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Now, I know it was done somewhere, so anyways, I'm going to do it. M plus 13. D plus 4. L plus 3. C plus 3. X plus 24. I plus 9. 1,100 and 10 and 1. 1550, 1650, 1661. This is it. My son was born this year on this date. And almost to the exact figures of what this is. 1661, what happened? These are all Roman numerals. They mean 1,500, 600, 1,661. M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4 equals to 7. Now this is where your other 19 comes from with the connection with the moon. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to maybe 3 and 4, but it also totals to 7. But 3 times the 4, do you understand where I'm coming from? Is 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 by 3 is 12 plus the 7 equals 19. So your second 19 is from M. So you have J-A-I-M. And that's what McDonald's says. It says j'aime. Do you understand why? Because A and I create from 1 and 9. 1 and 9, A and I in French, and adding the 10th letter is J, says I have. The next letter of M, meaning 1,000, is I have love. God has love for us, in the Roman numerals. So before anything was ever created, before anything happened in time at all, I'm going to end this video right here. There's probably so much more I can get to. Oh no, there's two more pieces I didn't finish. Is that all the answers are there. They've been written in the past. The people of today are writing the future. They just don't know what they're saying in the other vibration until you read through it. And then once you read through it, voila. You seem to know a little bit more of the past. Like, you really want to know what's happened in the past? It was like this. This is the way we became two different kinds of monkeys. You see what's in my hand? This monkey didn't exist. This monkey existed. So I connected this monkey and I put it on here. And I mix. And I mix. Until this monkey goes through this body of mine and out to the other arm. And now he's mixed together, two different monkeys. And you never see this monkey. This monkey here is not part of this. I mean, he's part of this. But he's part of this, and he's part of this. So you can never see him. Because the end result in here is the end result of the God's image. The other thing I wanted to say is M13 and D4. 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. M and D, medical doctor, both say 4. Okay, 4 plus 4. L, which means 100, which means a 10 times 10 world. And the only time you can really get a 10 times 10 world is, I'm going to try to show you here, is that when you make a board, a tic-tac-toe board of a certain size, okay, and you want to connect without ever going offline. So the only way you can connect without ever going offline and creating tens is going right through on this angle, or passing your rod from here over to here. You see, because if you did go straight up, you'd have to cut on an angle up, because there's no lines. There's no box inside a box inside of this. That's why I use this square paper. There's no box. I go from corner to corner. I go on the lines. What's online is online. What's not online is definitely another situation. So what happens is, so now I end up with this, or what happens is I get this X. And if you want to know where it really happens, go see where the red and black are in roulette. They're going to tell you what you can do, you can't do, and sometimes you can connect things together, but you can only get half of the amount you normally get, which is 35 to 1, 35, 75. Half of that is 17, the queen. Then it's 8, all the combinations of bets inside of Baccarat. But this one I'm talking about is roulette. The flag, the American flag, there's so many things. There's so many hoaxes. You remember I showed you 74 before? 74? 16 times 111, which 16 comes out to the purple ball, which is the 4 to 12 ball, which one is a strike ball, one is a regular solid ball. The 4 and the 12 equal 16, and 48 equals 64, and 64 equals Israel. 64, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4, totals the amount of 34. And then we get the 3 times 4, 3 plus 4. So 64, which I said 6 times 4 equals 24. 6 plus 4 equals 10. The total is 34, and now we get to do that 34 thing again. And it's not me 34, it's this, 3, 4. You see, I'm not playing with the numbers, they are where they are. You see the 3 and the 4? They're just opposite of each other. And look where the 1 is. These are all positioned according to the way the universe and everything is built. Everything we play, that's why the games come out in such easy percentages in the calculation. They're exact. Even the letter, another thing I wanted to sound, the letter Q, 14. Everybody used to say the torso, and everybody used to say Taurus, and everybody used to say the grind of the world. Well, it's all in the words of things we say. Even number 1. When you say 1, it sounds like WON and who won. Raphael, 7286. In the constellation of Pegasus, I still haven't even caught up. I got 7 videos to redo. Will I ever get there? Try not to worry. The best thing in life is to get done, but don't forget what you need to do and not to worry if it's best possible. Move on. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286, and I can't believe, because right now, listen to this. For anybody that got to the end, oh my God, listen to this. This is unbelievable. Nibiru Countdown inside of Facebook, one of the groups I'm with, Paul Willer. You don't mind if I say your name? This guy is amazing. He just found a guy who's working very close to 7286 coordinates, which is near Baffin Islands. Now, I want to know where 7286 Baffin Islands is here, and I want to know where the land of Pegasus is. If there's anybody that made it to the end of this video, can somebody find out where Pegasus is on this earth or in the sky? All I want to know is the coordinates, and I want to re-put the coordinates back here on Earth and see where they end up. And if you can't figure out the coordinates, and take every single number of the coordinates and make its opposite either 7 or 10. Like if you see a 4, say it's a 3, or say it's a 6. That's all. You know how to get a 7? 9 plus 7 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Raphael 7286. Thank you for watching.